Howdy! This is Equilibrium Man, my ultimate Ironman account where I have to level my skills as equally as possible. No more than one level apart. If I fail, I have to restart. We've already lost 7 accounts in the pursuit of balance. But our 8th generation Equalman, Equalfeller, has come back stronger than ever, already at a new record of base 20. How much further can he go? Man, I spent so much time in the editing booth on that last video that I had to get a new bond. I'll take it as a win though, since this is the first Equal account that has lasted long enough to need a re-up on membership. And now that we are a member again, we can hop back onto World 369. Damn you fine! We're starting off the video today with a huge win for the commenters, because I'm actually going to do one whole round of the OSRS library, and depending on how it makes you feel, we may do more going forward. For now though, I just wanted to close the gap between mining and runecrafting. Honestly, there has not been a lot of change in the way we get levels. There are some slight differences, like chopping and burning oaks instead of normal trees, or pickpocketing from new NPCs. My circuit had become a well-oiled machine, running through its paces over and over again. But I was looking to change that. I built a bed for Marlowe without ruining an account this time. What the fuck? Fuck this, I'm making a chunk account, and completed Daddy's home for level 21 construction. And then there was Hunter. Initially I didn't want to do implings because I was worried about what would happen if I lost my net or ran out of jars. But then I remembered that Elnock the Inquisitor can store them for me. Also, it turns out you can just buy jars from him for 2k each, but I wanted to avoid that if possible. After claiming my free gear from Elnock, I got level 21 Hunter for base 21. Then I got level 22 Hunter to start the next circuit, and decided that the low level implings didn't really give shit for loot. So I was going to stack up as many jars as I could until I can start getting decent loot from later implings. If you ever wonder how I'm doing, don't worry. I still make jokes to myself alone in my bedroom. It keeps me sane.
Oh yeah, me and Piscarilius go way back. I call it Port Piss.
It was coming time to do construction, so I reclaimed my reward for Daddy's home and cracked it open for a bunch of construction materials. I looked around the skill guide wondering what I could use the mats on, when I decided that now would be a good time to try out mahogany homes. Fun fact, I've never actually done this minigame before. All I knew was that it was decent construction XP. I visited the boss to get my first ever contract, helping Ross in Ardone. I took a ship over to Artie, spoke to Ross, and built him some furniture. I hit 22 construction and completed the task.
Job's done.
I went downstairs to let him know when I had a thought.
Talking to him doesn't give me like an XP drop, does it? I'll look that up.
One quick visit to the wiki later, I found out
It do go down.
my last second thought had just saved the account from being ruined forever.
Ugh. I shudder to think.
Saved it from myself, really. I'm a menace. So instead of mahogany homes, I spent the materials on a sink and some rugs instead. I'll hold the regular planks for use next circuit.
Base 22. But if you think about it, this is really just base 2 but long.
The jokes keep me sane. Honest. Check this shit out. Boom, baby. Slayer 23 and Hunter 23. The best part is this frees up a lot of combat XP so I can do more questing and go for some drops. Also, shout out to Gumb for having a name that sounds like Gump, and also being the first person ever to PM me after watching the videos. I try to keep my private on, so if you ever want to drop a line, please feel free. And for my next trick, Eye of the Abyss completed. Runecrafting level 23, another huge win for skipping annoying grinds. And for my final trick, Jungle Potion
Completed.
for Herblore level 23. I successfully skipped all of the most annoying grinds this circuit. I love quests. And as a bonus while I was here, I had an epiphany. I can buy my bronze at the shop here in Karamja. There's less competition for the bars, so I have to do less hopping. And the anvil is much closer. This should speed up the smithing grind each circuit.
Think about how this building looks like a tiny cock and ball.
This week, I wanted to try out a new method of recording to hopefully speed up the throughput for these videos. Before, I was recording every single minute of gameplay and pouring through it for hours to timestamp important moments. While I like the idea of not accidentally missing footage of something important, hopefully moving to the more clip-based recording method that most RuneScape creators use will let me be a little more productive in the editing room. Unfortunately, it can lead to missed recordings at times.
Shit.
The biggest thing that's changed with this account is, at this stage, past base 20, I've really been able to start delving into quests. I finally have enough XP between level ups that I can usually complete at least one quest per base level circuit, if not more. The quests aren't too hard yet, but we are making huge strides toward our quest cape goal. I would really like to complete as many quests as possible, as soon as they become possible. Meaning whenever I can do a quest and only get one level out of it, I'm going to give it a try. Some quests later on might prove to be a challenge combat-wise that way, but hopefully that makes it so the account doesn't get too easy on us. We can't be having that, right? I started up Porcine of Interest, died,
He's fucking dead.
got my revenge, and completed Porcine of Interest. Finally unlocking a new Slayer Master. Unfortunately, she's just Terrail, but worse, because she doesn't give any points still, but can also give Sour Hogs as a task, which no one ever wants to do. And finally, it was time to do my first death pile. I know that it's integral to the UIM gameplay loop, but to be honest, I really don't like the idea of death piling. It just seems kind of disingenuous to the challenge, you know? But this next quest requires me to have an empty inventory, so you gotta do what you gotta do, I reckon. Did recruitment drive real quick for 25 prayer, 25 herblore, and 25 agility, and reclaimed my death pile. Now that I'm a few base levels into this video, I gotta say, I take back everything I've ever said. The Arceus library is incredible. It's so much quicker than doing runs, especially with low inventory space. While I was out here questing, I met this fellow Guthix worshipper. And got a quest from him. It was pretty easy. I don't know why it took that one guy 108 tries. It only took me 8. And when I completed the quest, I got level 26 crafting. Now that it takes more than 1k XP to level up, I finally got to turn in my first Mahogany Homes contract for level 27 construction. And I was finally able to do Priest in Peril. Mauritania unlocked. With level 26 herblore, I also unlocked energy potions. which is huge. Unlike basic attack potions, which have negligible utility, energy potions are fantastic for speeding up the game. They don't last long once you have them, but that's exactly why I've got to save them up while I can. Thankfully, we can use Mr. Camelot at the Grand Exchange to note my potions so I can hoard them forevermore. And we're back at the library. I seriously take back all my words and deeds. The OSRS library is just fantastic. If you ever try an equal account, or if I ever have to restart again, I'm going to be doing this from the start. No more mining essence for me. Shout out to Varlaborn for being the first person ever to recognize me in game. Appreciate the support. I finally got to do Restless Ghost, a quest that I would usually do within my first 30 minutes of a new account. And I did Gertrude's cat. And for the big reveal, my cat is white, just like Attila, the real cat that is my profile picture. It was meant to be. And shout out to Hannah for being the second person to recognize me. It was a close one. It was finally time to do Shield of Arav, the most nightmarish quest for the socially anxious. Thankfully, I'm great at making friends. Shout out to this guy for helping me complete the quest. Oh yeah, no problem. See you later. Now, Shield of Arav doesn't technically give XP, but I've saved it for so long because if you speak to Historian Minas up on the second floor of the museum, you can get an XP lamp worth 1k XP. And I got a second lamp that I forgot about from Merlin's Crystal too. Let's use that lamp on the Slayer for Slayer level 28. And I'll delete the next one until I can... I can't get a replacement lamp. Guess I'll hold on to it for now. And now that I've got some more free combat XP, I wanted to kill some of these elemental wizards northwest of Port Sarim to try and get some talismans. Now, I don't technically need talismans anymore because I have the Abyss unlocked, and also because I'm doing the OSRS library for all my XP these days. But I've been trying to take care of some of the easy diary tasks while running around the map doing my level circuits. And to complete the diaries I had in mind, I would need either a earth or fire talisman to make some lava runes. And I got it pretty quick. To make some lava runes for the desert easy diaries, and water runes for the Lumbridge easy diary, I entered the Abyss. But I would quickly discover the Abyss was much more dangerous than I remembered. After respawning, I had to think fast. I claimed some runes and sold them for a little cash, chartered a ship to Ardone and stole some food now that I knew I'd need it. I minigame Chelly to Soul Roars, returned to Edgeville, and re-entered the Abyss to reclaim my items. It didn't go so hot. I couldn't get free runes again, so I thought about another way to make some quick cash. I took the free pickaxe in Remington and mined up some iron. I sold it for a few pennies and paid my way back to Ardone. I stole more food, but quickly ran out of spare thieving XP. I realized I would need a way to telly out once I got in there, so I sold some of the food I got, and scrounged up some other junk to scrape together 300 coins so I could buy another Chronicle. It had already been a half hour since I died, and I knew I may not have another chance. I would have to go in with a plan. Back in again, and I felt like I was close enough to risk it. I took the highest priority items, coins and the WizHat G, then tried to telly, but it was too late. Now it was time to panic. And time to cheat. I called in some reinforcements to tank for me. Hit me. So I could recover my items in relative safety. I finally managed to escape, but that wouldn't be the end of it for me. With coins in hand, I bought another Chronicle and some charges, and I went back in to recover my last few scraps. And while I was here and already cheating, I figured now would be a good time to complete those achievement diaries. I went through the Water Rift to craft some water runes for the Lumbridge Easy Diary. I left and mined up some more essence and picked up fire runes. And on my way for another take, I realized I was missing something critical. My cat. Thankfully, despite my criminal negligence, Gertrude has my back. And it's another white cat. It really was fate. Now, back in the abyss, it was time to complete my final task. Lava runes.
Fuck.
I traded out those runes for the correct type of rune this time, headed back in, said hi to myself in the corner, and went back to the fire rune to make those lava runes for the Desert Easy diary.
Fuck you.
Well, I guess that'll be a task for another day. Have you guys realized yet that I'm incompetent? In every way, pretty much. Back to something I'm better at. Recording levels.
Shit.
And through all my struggles, I managed to complete the Lumbridge Easy Achievement Diaries. I wanted that ring to have a little bit of extra run energy restore, and the lamp will come in handy too. I can't use it just yet because you need level 30 in your skills until you can use it, so I'll just destroy it for now.
Cannot reclaim? Fuck.
I still had combat XP to spare and I wanted to spend it somewhere with useful drops. So I found myself at the Chaos Druids in low-level Wilderness. And while killing them, I managed to get a looting bag. Another hugely integral part of the Ultimate Ironman gameplay loop. I can put some things that I won't be needing too soon in here, and it'll save me a good bit of inventory space. And now, it was time for a party. Shout out to the monks of the Chode Monastery for throwing this for me. And why are we partying, you may ask? With Monk's Friend completed, we got Woodcutting level 30 and Base 30. As capable of mistakes as I may be, I honestly have a hard time seeing a way for me to screw up at this point. We hit a new record on base levels once again, and I foresee us hitting many more records in the near future. And this is only the beginning. Howdy! Humongous shout out to these 6 people for being the first members of the channel. All of you joined within a day of when I announced we had them, which is incredible. You will never be forgotten. And an extra special shout out to Elusive Ellie for not only being the first ever member, but also the only one currently in the Guthix himself tier. If you want to get added to this list, you can click the join button below the video to become a member today. Just keep in mind, this is literally all you get. It is a waste of money, but I will appreciate you, that's for damn sure. Anyway, catch you all next time.